Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL.
Larry, it is set to host Super Bowl 51 on February 5th of next year as you take a look inside NRG Stadium here in Houston. Coming up, it's a rematch from last year's AFC wildcard round between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. First and 10, Smith. And this is caught on the sideline, but no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it, but was not in bounds, incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
Smith on third down, and it's complete to Kelsey. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And there's a completion to Travis Kelsey. I think he's starting to come into his own as a tight end and as a player, and that makes his quarterback, Alex Smith, really happy.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Smith. Caught. Kelsey, left side. They'll get 17 yards there, and it'll give the Chiefs a first down.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. A first down carry here for Charles. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
As Jamal Charles plays here in 2016, I think 5 was the operative number for him. 5 1,000-yard years before last season. Only 5 games played in 2015.
For the current Chiefs all-time leading rusher. Again, it's Charles. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line.
That's a big league run. Takes him down inside the 5-yard line. And momentum definitely on the side of the guys on offense. And if you're an offensive lineman, you love to run the football, especially out in the field where there's some space. But I would let you in on a little bit of a secret. Those guys like it in tight, too, because they get matched up and they get to show just how stout they are in a tough situation. They're recommending they run it again.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just...
And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Smith. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Travis Kelsey, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups. On the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover it? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You going to yell at me? You go cover him.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be led out by Brock Osweiler. Of course, he surprised a lot of people jumping from Denver to Houston in the offseason. Standing 6'7", he's a big threat.
And he's helping break stereotypes down because there is a big stigma, or at least there was in the NFL. Quarterbacks being too tall. And 6'6", 6'5", that's where they kind of was the cutoff. But at 6'7", his ability to move, nimble of foot, good arm, goes back to his days as a basketball player. You remember, he almost went to Gonzaga to play hoops. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
How to be 6'7", be able to see over coverages into open windows. Brock Osweiler just did that with the slant route.
With that height, was also a great basketball player. Gonzaga, as you know, actually offered him a scholarship in high school for hoops.
Hard to believe he didn't take that, decided he wanted to play football, and ultimately chose Arizona State because of the direct flights from his hometown of Montana into Phoenix, Arizona.
Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
On 2nd down, Jamal Charles. And he stopped immediately there. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. 3rd down and 8 now.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And able to find Conley. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted. One thing I can say... safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Here's Cairo Santos now for the Chiefs field goal. This will be, 38 yards out. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on third down.
Pass situation.
Now it's Osweiler. He gets it to Brown. Complete. It goes as a gain of 8 and it moves the chains.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Osweiler. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
He's got time. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They get 25 yards out of that one. Good enough for a Kansas City first down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they've got it here with a first down. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And some space here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground, this time with Charles. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. But at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Smith now to throw. Can't find anyone open. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices.
And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jamal Charles, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he's got his man. That's Macklin. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there. On 3rd down, very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you at important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 2nd down following the run.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. They've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jamal Charles, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They'll get 16 yards there. And it's good enough for a Houston 1st down. Throwing now, Osweiler on 1st down. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it'll give the Texans a 1st down. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time. And it paid off on that play.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. To throw again is Osweiler. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Well, their offense has struggled for sure, but they get the field goal here and at least get on the board before half.
And that's not something we should underestimate, because just getting points on the board can sometimes have a settling effect on a team. Helps them start their comeback.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. To the right side, it's Kelsey. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Caught here by Conley. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Smith. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their 1st, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their 1st, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Hurry up, here we go. Green,
3rd and long, it's Osweiler. Flushed out right. Avant brings it in. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. On 4th down, here's the veteran Shane Leckler to punt it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. taking it about the 16. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. From the 50, it's Smith. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over, and we'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
The drive starts with a carry by Ronnie Hillman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Watch right. Watch right. Watch right. Let's go. Green, 39. Green.
Final play of the half. It's Osweiler. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the St. Pete. Don't you at least want your guys to get a drink of water? Probably pretty thirsty. Whatever, your wish, our command. 3rd quarter now. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Illegal block in the bag. Return team. Automatic 1st down.
Double tight. Double tight. Alert. Here we go now.
Osweiler going to give to Hillman on the draw. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 2nd down, here's Osweiler. The NFL sack leader from 2014, Justin Houston, in there to drop him with his 1st sack of 2016.
Now, this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Eluding the pressure right. Going to throw right side here, complete. Now, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll indeed go for it with Osweiler. It's brought in left side by Tate. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, That doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep.
Run what
Put
you
your
do
foot on
best.
the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Smith will hand it off here to Charles. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing on third down, Smith. This will be caught inside the 10. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And here we go on first and goal. They run it. It's Charles. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
1 receiver left, 3 to the right. To throw on second down is Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Ronnie Hillman there, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. Second down now after the incompletion.
Partner, was that Justin Houston breaking up a pass on his zone drop there?
It was indeed the former Georgia Bulldog.
Yeah, normally what we talk about with him, rushing the passer. That's where he's really earned his reputation. But showing here he can be a complete player with that great speed of his. No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Hard throw, incomplete.
Holding, offense. That penalty is declined.
Here's Shane Leckler now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Heading back out for another drive, here's Jamal Charles. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case,
as they've done all day, they run with Charles. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
the defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On second down, Osweiler. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Hillman. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
And they're going to speed things up here. This is Hillman on 1st and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Pulled in by Avant. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here we go now.
Now Osweiler on 2nd down. Avant brings it in. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And quickly, they get to the line.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now Osweiler on 1st down. They go to Hillman on the screen. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Ronnie Hillman, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans get a bit closer. And for Brock Osweiler, the quarterback, of course, he arrived from Denver in the offseason. His first touchdown pass in a Houston Texan uniform.
And to me, that's the payoff for him becoming fully immersed with Houston as soon as he signed the contract. Couldn't wait to get the playbook, couldn't wait to get started. In fact, he turned down a White House visit with his old Denver teammates to pick up their Super Bowl rings to stay with Houston in the offseason and work with his receivers. I love what he's doing.
On the return, it's Niall Davis. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner and the tackle was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Play fake for Charles. Now Smith. So under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And he's got his man. That's Macklin. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they had to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. Well, it certainly appears that Jamal Charles has his mojo working right now. Already ripped off some really nice runs, but you've got to get to these guys early, because if you do, you get them on the ground, put a little doubt in their minds about whether or not they're going to break big runs. But now, Jamal Charles has nothing but confidence.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say they're giving him confidence, the former third-round pick in 2008. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
The offense operating inside the 10 at the 8 here. It's first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On the run, it's Charles. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Call it a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a fourth down. Fourth and goal. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. And now out comes Houston. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the gun, it's Osweiler. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll be a second and long. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On second down, here's Osweiler. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Osweiler will throw again. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Fresh set of downs here. They'll throw on first down with Osweiler. They go to Hillman on the screen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, Hillman. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Hillman. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. On first down, Osweiler. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Osweiler. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And tough starting field position here. They'll start the drive with Jamal Charles. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll keep it on the ground with Charles again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Short yardage situation. Here's Charles. They needed a yard. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And they take a knee. Well, they've gone backwards so far in this series. 3rd and 13.